Alright peeps, welcome back to Upper Height here. Big episode 40. We've got this bridge, it's nigh on got the water gone route. And that's why we're staying paused, because if we scoop down, we can see the water level under this rock here. It's not very much at all. Not very much at all. Did I see there's a bloody gap here? Why is there a gap here? I swear I had this sorted in the last episode. Let's have a quick squiz. Upgrade to tunnel. Okay, whatever. I'm pretty sure this one should be a tunnel and all. Oh, anarchy on. Upgrade to tunnel. There we can. Now we've got the flood defences up. If you can call 1.5 meters worth of earth there, flood defences anyway. How are we doing down here? Are we starting to flood? We are certainly flooding around here. In that case, I'm going to take this level here and bring it all the way to the park there. Maybe even around the back of the park just for, you know. I'll delete all these hoses here and make sure the different reek zone on the flood wall. Alright, we've still got a decent bit of a gap here. On the other side, we've got a nice hill there up to the farm, we should be sweet. I am concerned about the lower part of Roundabout Toon here. There seems to be a decent bit of a gap, but I'm sure that'll get swallowed up once all of this flood water comes barreling around that bend there. Yeah, particularly considering that this part of Upper Height used to be completely above water. Let me see, there's the bloody water line there. The water level's a solid 20 or 30 metres above the ground. And during me pondering between episodes, I've came to the conclusion that this river is not big enough to handle the flow of this big old dam / reservoir back here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut a whole new river system, dumping it back out the bottom here where it starts getting deep. I'm going to have to be careful to miss the lower part of Roundabout Toon here. So I'll probably bring it out around here. And I might even rebuild this bloody pathway here. You know what, I will. Let's do that now. And this is going to be the exit point of the new river. There we're gone. Now that we've restored this wonderful pathway to its former glory, it'll finally see some actual use as a big mouth of the river. Now that does mean an unfortunate amount of people are about to lose their homes, suburbs, estates, districts, whatever you want to call them, because it's about to become a river. But you know what, that opens up some little unique opportunities is the way I see it. I'm going to come down to the end here, pick this level as the lowest level of the map where the river ends. And how wide's the river here? It's gone up to 400 or 500. Not wide enough. 600? I think 600 will do the trick nicely. So we've got our level from the bottom. We know from the last episode that the river just wants to pish out the side here just immediately after this bit of hill. So let's start the river there. We're going to come along this hillside here where the flood is. Demolish our flood defense wall all the way up to the roundabout there. And I may as well just come up to the flood defense wall-ish here. And there's the start of our mighty river. Now all we need to do is make this river connect into the other side. I'm going to have it go into the motorway here, follow along the motorway, and then skirt around here. It should go between these old rail yards and the collage. It's going to go behind there, and then it's going to follow the main road-ish on the Roundabout Toon until it gets to about here, and we're going to clip the top of the roundabout. And then we're going to come back down and exit where I think that little X point is there. Alright, how close was I? How bad is this? We sort of exited in the right spot at least. That's not too bad. Maybe bring it out like this. And then bring some of this level back here. There we go, we're a bit nicer there. Now, I didn't actually want to clock the roundabout on the Roundabout Toon. Or the triple boots, I should say, because this is the triple boots. Let's bring this land back just a smidge, make it a bit smoother on the curve. Because where we've got our big old intersection here, there's no point trying to do anything with that. So we need this level. And we bring the size down, so I can try and recreate this cliffside here. Alright, so I think that's the main part of our new river done. Now, I do want to do a bit of fancy work over here as well. So let's pick this part of the river here, so I know it's the new part of the river. I'm thinking if we bring this little thing here, maybe 200 smaller, so just a 500, and we'll bring it around, cut through this high density area of Upper Height here, and connect back into the river about there-ish. I think that could be a mad little shortcut, and we've made a mad little island. Look at that mad little island. Now while I'm in this tool here, I think I'm going to go ahead, pick this level, and just go around the back here. Make sure that we keep all of this area in the chestnut boot from flooding. Or at least the best we can. So if you remember in the last episode, we did cover that water that's too deep, gone spiky like Bart Simpson's hair, and is essentially a big tsunami generator. So we definitely want that. So what I'm going to do with my big 600 brush hoot, I'm going to pick this point here is our high point on this river. We're going to go all the way down to the bottom edge of the map here, where I took the actual level from, and level this entire river. I did a bit of a one of them there. I wanted to come and make sure I got this area real good, and ended up doing a thing. Yeah, I sliced a hole in the mountain. Let's real quickly sort that out. There we go. Mountain's being restored now. And we should have a nice, even, smooth all the way from the bottom here to the top, which would D. That is beautiful. Now, how are we looking down the bottom of the map here? I didn't go too crazy, did I? No, I think I made it all lower, which is fine. I'm not too bothered about that. While we're on 400 brush size here, let's do the very same thing. So I'm coming up to here, but I'm starting here. And I'm going to come through, level all of this secondary part of the new river route, and connect it in just like that. Now, before I forget, let me just come out and smooth a bit of this here. Alright, so now we got this bit smoothed out a wee bit. You might be thinking to yourself, MiGly, I see that there's now a deep bit of the river there that's cutting through suburbia and everything. However, how's the water going to get there? I can also see that there's still earth underneath all of these roads, which have now just became dabs. And all these rubbled houses. We already know my solution to the rubbled houses. We're going to delete all of them. And then for roads, we're going to go into this handy dandy mod here and upgrade all of these roads to be elevated. And I think I'm going to go ahead, do a little bit of speedy up montage, and catch back with yous when I've upgraded all of these to be elevated. Oh, I'll tell you what, like, I think we're definitely going to have a homeless problem at some point throughout this mad little adventure here, because we are demolishing so many houses with these bridges. But it must be done. There's nothing to be done about it. I just hope that this actually helps and reduces the water level back down to normal levels, so we can demolish that big flood wall that we've got on the gun. I've just had a change of plan for this bit. I wanted to follow this road here and just sort of come along there. Need dodginess around the back here. Let's get to upgrading the last bit of the roads here. Like I say, I want to use this road as a bit of a key road, which I can actually upgrade to be a key. Why not do that? Have it look in the part. For the rest of these roads, you're gonna get elevated. And I do believe, I'll have a little double check, but I do believe that is all of the roads elevated that need to be elevated. Oh, apart from the very beginning here for some reason. Fair go, fair go. So now all I need to concern myself with is tunnels. See, like these metro lines here that are now the dams of this river. All I'm going to do with these is delete them and replace them with good old-fashioned elevated metro platforms, elevated rails. And there we go. I've replaced all of those tunnels with bloody elevated bridges. Now I just have to do all of the little finicky things like that. Get all of these tunnels into bridges. Replace any power lines. I suppose I'm going to have to replace this entire Aspen Highway on it. Ooh, thankfully I don't have to delete it behind the cross there. Oh, I just noticed I need to upgrade this to bloody elevated road. Yeah, because I elevated all of this bit of the motorway here, but forgot to do this little bit here. Well, anyway, that's all elevated now. Now we shall get our 2-lane highways out. Connecting at 0 meters, a little something like that. And I believe it's going to have to come down to -50, but in such a way that allows us to do bridges wherever in the river. Plop. Happy days. Now we just grab this end. Actually connected. Hey, actually connected. And then we just gone ahead, connect that back in our here. At 0 meters, of course. And then that should be everyone playing ball. Now, I don't want to forget, we had a little connection coming off the side here. It is a bit iffy working around all of these different angles, like I'll say that. And yeah, we just need to connect into that bit of motorway there. Perfect. Happy, happy days. I thought I'd already removed these all as tunnels. These temporary tunnels I made. Apparently not. Do we have unnecessary temporary tunnels over here? Aye. Of course we do. Ye can all get untunneled. But you know what, while we're here, let's clean up these flood defences here. They're not going to be much use after this anyway. There we go, and that looks much better than a big old wall, doesn't it? Anywho, I've put it off long enough, and I have to go around and delete all of these buildings that are standing in my way. I'll tell you what, while I'm doing this, if you have any ideas for ways to best utilise these rivers and whatnot, let me know. I'll be keen to try out some things. Like I say, I have some plans of my own, but let's say we're trialling them right now. I have no idea if all of this bloody time and effort and work and everything's going to be worth it or not. I tell you what, the worst case scenario, we've got the mountain tune. They'll still be here if all this can states up. Working coons on the mountain tune. And the mountain city, of course. Not forgetting that development. I tell you what, the mountain city might actually get some bloody people moving in at this point. There's plenty of people without houses that could do with a new fancy house that's not going to get flooded. For at least a while. For at least a while. I also apparently forgot that we were supposed to brush around the side of this little rail yard here. Therefore, let's cover all of this up. Right, so now that I believe I've cleared all underground obstacles apart from these ones that I've literally just saw as I started this. No need for you, no need for you. As I was saying, now that I think I've cleared all of these obstacles, for example, these high power lines are now high power lines instead of underground high power lines. We had ourselves a lovely little underground metro tunnel here, which is now an underground metro bridge with, you know, there might be the odd pylon or two on the middle of the tracks, but that's fine. The trains can blast straight through it. But now we're looking good. We're looking like we've got a clear path for the most part. Obviously, we've got a big park here. We've got the odd building. It's Schneck's around here. I do want to clean this edge up a little bit. But I think for now, I'm feeling happy enough to whip out a smoothing brush and smooth this whole damn river's edge. There we go. We're looking smooth as new. Proper clean like. What's this top in the middle of the river? Is that actually anything, or is it just for shades and gigs? Ah, just for shades and gigs. That's fine with me. Now, I have been noticing some water hanging about on the railway line here. So what I'm gonna do, with a wee brush strength, is just come along this edge here and rise it up. Oh, I seem to have cut the bridge. Let me fix that. Alright, that mountain stream looks a lot cleaner now, like it's gonna just come straight under this bridge every time. Every single time. So with all that done, I think we're finally about ready to fix this effing dam. Have you seen the state of this, man? I absolutely ruined it in the last episode by putting this big dodgy mountain on it. Now there is a reason. This water level here is too deep. It's not ridiculously too deep though. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick this level here, this big thick black line, and on the arse end of the dam here, just come out and level it out. Particularly over the deep parts of the rivers here and the general valley area that we've dammed up. Alright, well that's the arse end of the dam cleaned up. Hopefully that doesn't create Bart Simpson spikes. Now for this end, when we come down to a real casual 150, I'm going to grab this level here and go all the way along. Alright, well that's the dam sorted. Front and back. That's the riverway cleared. We still have some bloody flood protection over here, no matter how minor. And I'm glad I just did the old idiot check, because I completely forgot to upgrade these to bloody elevated roads. Oh, and I just remembered we've got the bloody emergency ways here. Well, the Sunset Highway, which should be the emergency way, it can get deleted because it's no longer the emergency way for some whatever reason. Delete that arm. And then I think instead of deleting this arm of the E-way, let's pick a high level here and just have it gone up. There we're gone. What's Cedar Lane? Oh, is this one of these I made into a tunnel accident on last episode? It is! I completely forgot about these bloody tunnels here. Let's unupgrade these from tunnels to not tunnels. And I think that means we now demolish at least a little bit of this mountain here. Yeah, let's do this level. And then we'll still have a little bit of a barrier around here for the time being. Just for the time being. Tell you what, before I forget, let's upgrade this to be elevated. And then can I upgrade this to be tunnel again? Hey, I can. There we go. So we still got a little bit of bloody flood prevention there. You know what, actually, I was just going to leave this motorway disconnected. But I can probably, depending if I can figure out how deep it is. Oh, it's pretty deep. Let's just go straight to -50. Is this connected in? Yeah, it is. Sweet. What I could do, because it connects onto this bit of motorway here anyway, so if we go down to -10, we should be able to snake it up. I'm going to come down to -20 to about here, and then we're going to go up to -10 and connect in like that. Because that way, we didn't mess with any zoning on the tunnel entrance. Not that I can zone here anyway at the moment. Oh, speaking of, I need to get these bloody buildings demolished so it can actually function as a river. Now we'll have to upgrade to some tunnels over here. Well, I could make one a tunnel. And I think for the rest of these, I'm just going to do a real casual, move it up a little bit like that. And there we're gone. We've got a couple of humpback bridges on this river now. Is it going to be a third, or can this be a tunnel? Oh, this can be a tunnel at least. Nope, apparently not. Page up! And then I'm not too fussed about this side. Let me prove it by whipping out a bit of this action. And then smoothing this whole bit of wheel me. Like, where did it go? Like, E2, it's gone. Oh, and there's one more thing I need to do. We need to do the same thing over here, so we can actually use this bit reservoir here that we created. That is too deep. Because I got a bit of gung-ho and made it all the way to the bottom, and it needs to be nowhere near that height. So you know what? Let me just set the height first. I'm going to go 1, 2 black lines underneath. And then set that to be the height. Alright, so now we got that new height. We're going to have to upgrade these roads to be elevated roads. Or highways, as I like to call them. As well as replacing some of this metro line here so it can be a highway. I'm also going to replace this water and sewage line here and Lecky line. Move it a bit further back. Alright, and with all of that, we can finally, an hour and a half into this recording session, press resume. And resume this mad flood. Look at the water just fly out from that big mountain that I demolished. Oh, this might be the biggest bloody tidal wave / tsunami yet. And I removed all the flood defences for pretty much the rest of Upper Height here. Hopefully we're big chillin'. Hopefully we are big chillin'. We're not going to go anywhere through here, are we? There's no new gaps? No, we've still got a little bit of room to play with. Are we going underneath the bridge there? I don't think we are. No, it doesn't look like it. It looks like we're still fine on that motorway bridge. This river is filling up, to say the very least. I can imagine there's going to be a big clap of 2 waves here as the water from the old river and the new river collide. Will it happen on camera or will I be behind that wall? Oh yeah, we can. I'm trying to catch it. I'm only on speed 1, so the water's as chill as it possibly can be. It is just absolutely whooshing over the top of these pedestrians. Watch out. I know there used to be a house here because this used to be on the ground, but it's not anymore. And if you're not careful, you're going to get washed away, peeps. Ah, there they are. They're all washed away now. Not a problem of ours. But I think that wave propagating through here might end up being a problem of ours, like. Should I raise this bridge to be safe? Oh, how's the uni stuff doing? The water should be flowing through here now. Yes, you can see it coming around the corner there. You can see the water is significantly higher just over there than it is over here. It's probably even lower. Yeah, it's even lower down there. Oh, look at this wave, man. Look at the size of this bloody wave down here. I need to get out before I start getting... Look, because look how deep it is. It's so deep. Get out of there. Oh, no. Well, no and yes, because look, the river is flowing. It's starting to go down here. How far have we got? Let us zoom out a bit. Oh, while we're doing it here already. That's not too bad. I was hoping by the time we got to here, a lot of these hoses will have disappeared because they're not supposed to exist. And I suppose that's sort of how it's working. Let's see, if I pretend I'm the water and I'm just like, get out the way, trees, I'm coming for you. And the water is coming for the trees. So can I schneck me way round here? See, I pick this path and I'm like, oh, I want to schneck round here. I've got a quick oof, oof, left, right, left, straight through. Diagonal path, smash, smash. I'm getting through though. If I'm the water, I'm getting through. I haven't came to a dead end yet. I came to an autosave that I thought was a dead end. Oh, this might be a bit of a dead end here. I can't get out. I'm going to start filling and flooding unless I can squeeze all the volume through this little V gap here, and then I've got freedom again. So where's that little wall? The wall is here. We need to delete some of this here. Ooh, that's actually sections that I said we'll just leave. Oh, forgot. No, I think I forgot this bit. No, I didn't forget that bit. But I do want to remove some of it. That can be elevated. That can be elevated. There we go. So I am purposely leaving little bits of land like this here, zoned for properties, because I do plan to have little islands along this river, if this all works out. The water level's alright here. I also have a clever little idea, if needs be. Let's have a look at the water flow for now. Hang on, I disconnected some sewage pipes, I believe. Oh, because I made this all elevated. We need to make sure there's some sewage connection over here. Let's just do it back here. We've got 2 roads, we'll connect some water and sewage together. And just for good measure, I'm chucking a lecky pipe in there and all. So if I resume the game, you should all stop whinging about not being able to flush your shite away. Why, aye? Ooh, a plane! Where's the plane? There's the plane. Let's get on a sightseeing adventure, shall we? Oh, yes. I'm just scooting on back here like an absolute mad lad. You can see more and more of the plane up here. It actually looks good now because you can't really see much of the flooding. Ooh, we're looking at it here now, aren't we? But I think the more I move back and we end up over the tail section of this plane, it's gonna be bad. You know what I love about that whole thing there, right? I wanted to be behind the plane so that you could see what was happening. But by the time I actually got behind the plane, I would have been much better off just staying in front of the plane, because now you get a view of the plane and everything that's happening. Oh, well, I had the execution. I had the idea. The execution just didn't quite work out. But we are absolutely flying along here, aren't we? Or at least the water level's flying. Ah! The chest. Oh, no. This is existing flood. Alright, I was freaking out there. I was like, no, not the chest, not a boot. But I think we are flooding. Yeah, we're definitely flooding. 100% flooding. We need some higher flood walls up about in here when we take this height and bring it around. Well, let's hump those bridges back a bit further. I think that's about as high as we're going to get them. But that's a lot higher than it was. And as for yees fower, get up and get humpy. Also, yees two think yous are too good to be humpty, do you? Well, I'll show yees. Get up and get humpty. Now, this motorway is going to be something else like lifting this bad lad out of the earth. But there we have it. It's lifted out of the earth. Now, you know what? While I'm in the move it mood, I'm going to come over here and shift this bridge up because I'm getting scared. I'm getting scared. Alright, Serenity Bridge. Get shifted in the upwards direction. There we're gone. A bit of peace of mind now. Oh, apart from apparently I didn't connect this. Oh my, what am I like? Control Z. Do this one as well. And now, arise, Serenity Bridge. That's high enough. Anywhere else I want to have a look at these and up? How are we doing back here? We're flooding just a bit. So let me grab this level. Start protecting this rail yard here. And then I'm more than happy to just move this big old lane up into the sky. Like a big pizza pie. What about the industrial estate? It's looking a bit tight. You see that gap there under the bridge? I want to fill it up. So let's take this level, move it all the way under the bridge here to the very line. And now we've filled it up. So we shouldn't have little industrial floods. Right, is there anything else I need to be concerned about regarding flooding? What about the Grand Bridge? Ooh, we are pretty close to flooding the Grand Bridge, but I'd rather not actually move the Grand Bridge because it's so grand and bridgy. I feel like it deserves to remain as it was, you know? But if the water does start pitching in, and look, we didn't have that far until it does, I will shift it up. How are we doing here by the park? Still got a decent little level. Decent. And like I said earlier, I'm going to be keeping an eye on this water level down here at the lower end of Roundabout Toon. And if that raises too much, I'm going to cut a little slit around about here to allow the water from the river to go into this secondary, much wider section of the river here. But I don't want to put that in and then end up having no water down the bottom here. So for now, I'm just big chilling. We'll see how it goes. Speaking of, let's smooth this out like I said I was going to. Right, how our flood defence is holding up over here. We're lowest of Humpty Bridges is DNR rate. I think that's the lowest of the Humpty Bridges anyway. Yeah. That's the lowest of the Humpty Bridges. This just looks like a bloody lake. It's supposed to be a city. It looks like a lake. Oh no. Ooh, what did I do up here? Why is there no water over here? There's like nothing over here though. Like, what did I do? Lecky? How did I break the lecky? I can only assume that there was a connection going from here to here and back again. If it will actually connect in, please. And then we should have that connection going up the mountain to power the mountain city. So Mountain City, do you have water? Yes, you do. Now we're happy, now we're chilling. Now can I rebuild these bloody farms and things that have died? Disaster response units unavailable. Disaster response unit? A fire station. Oh, the hearse can get in though, I tell you that. The horse has no problem getting in there and scooping up those dead bodies. Anywho. Hang on, isn't this the bloody hearse yard? It is! Oh no. We're gonna start piling up dead bodies because we haven't got anything to collect them with because the horses are underwater. I need to do a thing. I need to do stuff. Panic! How's the water level? Let's see if I can not panic by having a look at this water level and it being lower than it was. It's higher than it was! It's flooding! Ah! It might not be flooding on this side, but look how close it is to flooding. Oh, but it is definitely flooding on this side though. No, not the chestnut boot. It's been through too much already, man. That's it. I'm breaking the bridge. You, page up, and just you. The rest of the bridge stays where it is. Oh, look, it's moving along. It doesn't need to cough that much anyway. I'm just being daft. I'm being daft. There we go. I'll catch it just before it starts moving along there. There we go. Perfect. And then I'll do the same on this side. And I'll actually, before I do it on this side, let me grab this level and bring it around all the way down to where it stops anyway, which will be about there. So now, move it, mod. Page up until it's at the top there. Perfect. Now, I do want to grab some of these path nodes and move these up as well. There we go. Now we've got a Humpty Dumpty Grand Bridge. Look at that bad right there. What an absolute unit of a bridge. Oh. Are we going to flood over this side? Because I didn't quite raise it as high. I did realise. I think I extended the level up on that side, but didn't quite extend the level up on this side. But we're looking alright. We're looking alright. We're doing alright at the end of the flood defences here. Let's check on our... Oh, it's completely flooded. Okay. I was looking for this area of the land mass. Yeah, completely underwater. Thankfully, I put that parking garage there. Otherwise, I wouldn't even know it was even supposed to be a bit of land. Yeah. Well, there's the river doing its job. We've got the flood defences still mostly protecting proper upper height here. Hopefully this river continues to swallow all of the water and lead it all the way down to the very bottom of the map to fall out and no longer be a problem of mine. Now what? Let's have a look at the bottom here. I think I'm going to have to come out of photo mode for this. What level are we at? Let's use my old favourite, power lines of the high voltage variety. I'll have it at 0 and I'm just going to plop one there and have it gone all the way up the side of the hill here. So we can see on this one here, we're probably about halfway-ish. And then honestly, that's not much of a line, that is it really. The next one's like 55 million meters above it. If you start at 0 meters, then I'm going to go every 56 meters and place a high voltage power line here. And then we'll be able to monitor the depth. There you go. That doesn't really show you anything, does it? Right, I'm going to put some high voltage power lines down. One in the middle there, and then I'm connecting it to the coast. And by coast, I mean water level. I'm going to place this next lot just as it turns into a big lad there. You can see the one in the foreground's much bigger than the one in the background. And that's not just a perspective thing. It's not because it's far away. It's actually bigger because it's had to be put on a big foundation. And we are just seeing the tips of these two foundations. So as time goes on, we'll be able to use these high voltage power lines to determine the water level changes. Just like we did to fill this bloody reservoir. We've got lecky cables gone all the way down to the whenever I started it, which is probably been about there, I imagine. Oh, I forgot about that. Yeah, we had our water levels here as well. So we could see them go up and up through the farm. And look, that's where I thought it was going to peak. But it's actually peaked a little bit lower. I think that level there is the level of the dam. And that's why it's a little bit lower. Anywho, while I was doing that little flyby along the river, I noticed that we had some bloody tunnels here that we need to get rid of. Look, this is essentially a big massive dam here. You know, is there actually a water level difference? Oh, there is some water level difference. And that's just already. So yeah, this tunnel's acting as a huge dam and we're just pishing out the side of it here. So let's pause the game not to disrupt traffic, but we need to go ahead and delete all of these tunnels here. Oh, and as well, you need to be an elevated road. The whole bloody lot of yous do. And I need that land gone now. So I'm not waiting for yous to despawn. Get deleted. Get bulldozed. Now, so roads wise, this should just be a very simple connect these back up. They are the same roads as they are. Right, well that's all that done. This is actually now smooth flowing to an extent. Oh, I think I over smoothed this area. Let me quickly sort that out. And we upgrade this a little bit to key walling, knee zoning and a bit of key wall look. It does mean I have to come out and smoothen this a bit. And there we have key laying there. And just in case you are wondering, I have done some testing. These key walls do not work like key walls. They will just let water flow through them. Speaking of water flowing through them, we shouldn't have this massive level difference here anymore. No, we're nice and well, level. Now, I think that level difference there is actually just ground. Yeah, we've got a big of a contour going on there. Where is our first underground obstacle if we go up? So I might be able to do a little bit of smoothing on the river here. Let's see about doing that. So if I pick here, and then we go from here, and we just go and smooth it out. And then smoothing it out. And how's that looking new? Well, it needs a bit of time to settle down, but this little wave is a good thing. It means that we let some water go that used to be held back by earth. Or that used to be earth. But yeah, that's a lot more chill now. My main concern is how do we go about the level as we go up here? It seems decently calm, decently chill. I did do a little bit of work to make it nice and smooth. Yeah, that looks nice and smooth. I'm happy with that. Now are we flooding over here? Now we're doing alright. We have risen a little bit in the water level, but not much, not much. Remember, if we rise too much over here, I'm going to cut away this wall here and connect these two rivers together downstream a little bit. Oh, bloody hell, I must have went a bit mental on the smoothing hour here now. Let's get this level back to where it should be. There we go, and we'll look marginally better over there now. I mean, not really, but I think that re-terraforming of this entire map's going to have to be a different episode. There's enough in this one. I've had enough bloody stress and faffing about terraforming for one episode. Now, how are we doing on with levels here? Alright. We're looking alright over here now. What about the Humpty Dumpty bridges? We're looking alright here. Oh, we've actually... the water level's dropped a bit. Look, we've got some land back. Woohoo! Oh, the water level has actually dropped quite a bit. Look, you can actually see things. Oh, lovely. It looks like my little secondary river system's working. We even have some people upgrading. The very few of them that are left with houses, with power, with water. Oh, before I forget, let's go into the fire station here. The garage extension will be this one. Disaster response unit. Oh, and that's right. Thanks to the update, we can place it anywhere within the circle. Or because I got an on. Anyway, so I want to pop this bad lad in this emergency services area here. Can I be cheeky and pop it behind the old tower here? Just there? Ooh, aye aye. I think that looks alright myself, like. Got the old disaster response unit, right, literally tied into the telecoms tower there. You know, with the cables going through, it actually doesn't even look that bad. Like, it looks like it's just part of the building. I've seen buildings like that with cables going through. But anywho, I digress. Let us fly up into the sky so we can get a lovely little portrait overview of this city here. And let me go speed 2 and leave you with this wonderful little sped up footage montage to end the episode with. You'll be able to see the water propagate through the actual river without destroying everything. Well, like I was saying, now from here, you can see obviously the dam coming down. You can see all the little islands that we've created, even the poop shoot island that no longer has poop shoots on it. And you can see the new river as the water flows around. You'll be able to see if we end up flooding the lower part of Roundabout Town as well. What I'm hoping is we start seeing more of these roads like we do in the area of proper Upper Height that was flooded in the last episode. I hope we start seeing more of those come back to life. We start seeing the water level just drop completely. I want to see this whole Love Heart Island back. I want to see that covered burnout bridge that we checked out in the last episode back. The Harewood Bridge that's next to a motorway bridge, that needs to come back. We've got a lot that needs to come back from home, that needs to submerge from under the water. And if it doesn't happen in this time lapse, you're gonna have to wait all the way to next week. And how could you possibly wait a whole week to see what does or doesn't survive in this absolute abomination of a map? Don't worry, I will be coming to fix it. I will make it pretty again. But until then, enjoy the speedy of time lapse. Toodles!